Well, I mean, look, anytime we look at an agency, the first thing a seller has to think about is what their motivations are for selling, right? So if this is, an opportunity to exit the business, that's okay. I think it's really important if you are that seller to think about kind of how strong your management team is behind you, and make sure that you can incentivize them to stay on and help grow the business. I mean, it's also just the basic, blocking and tackling, making sure your books are good. When we look at a company, most agencies are not audited. We get that, but we're going to want to see 3 to 5 years of financials in a fashion that we can make sense of it. And we're going to want to ask to see your underwriting agreements, and we're going to want to see your audits. And so having all that information available, essentially being proactive so that when you are ready to go to the market to sell your business, you can make it easier on the buyer. I would say that's the number one.
Tony, what do you think?
Well, I was thinking from the buyer's perspective, maybe the underwriter,
Sure.
From evaluating the next target. I think just looking at where the industry is going from a trend perspective, what's happening with rates, what's happening with price appreciation, can that stay on the trajectory it's on, and is home turnover going to change? What's going on with the just the overall institutionalization of the industry. Mm-hmm. And maybe that has to do with the money coming into technology, that has to do with these large companies continuing to consolidate, that has to do with new capital coming in, for example, in single-family rental, sure. Where it's almost immeasurable, the hundreds of billions of dollars yeah. that are being allocated to just a house that mom and pop owned, and it was based on appraisals, and now it'll trade on a cap rate. So I think some of those things, and just 5-10 years, if you think about where's the industry, there's more institutional capital, things are easier, there's probably technology people at the table, meaningful ones. Zillow, they did it in 10 years where they are today. We haven't identified yet.
Yeah, and I think in the next 5-10 years, so the business model moving from a more fixed cost to a variable cost will be a trend, and that will be important. And obviously we all know that sort of the biggest cost in title is people, right? And so, you get caught, title agencies get caught in the cycle waves. And so it's just thinking through how you can make that personnel a little bit more variable, and retaining your key personnel is a trend that I think the good agencies are really focused on today, and will for the next several years.